What's going on, guys? Merce YT13 here, and welcome back to another episode of Because We Said So. And how are you? You've just knocked off work. Feeling alright?
Yep. Yeah, we really haven't kicked into gear yet at Harvest, so it's, I haven't been rocking out the 20-hour days as of yet, but they're not far away.
It'll be some interesting times when you do start getting on the end of the podcast after fucking 20-odd hours on a harvester. But, yeah, we're doing well. We did it.
Totally.
What were you saying?
Yeah, I'm not totally sure what will come out of my mouth after all that.
Well, usually it's not very good anyway. But, yeah, we're going to kick it off here. Now, I've got a very special announcement. I've wanted to do this for a while. We're going to run a little competition. Well, it's not a little competition. I think the prizes are actually awesome. And I think you'd agree. I've told you what the prizes are.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I might bloody try.
Yeah, well, you can't. You'll be immediately disqualified. But no, the competition is. I'll get to the prizes in a second. Competition is to cut a promo on both of us. So, for those of you who don't know what a promo is, you've got no chance of winning. But you've got to cut a promo on us. You can scathe us. Yeah. You can be nice to us. We don't really give a fuck. I think I don't know about you, but I'd rather someone get right into us and give us a bit of a fucking roast.
Yeah, I want to get roasted.
Yeah.
So I want to get pasted.
Yeah.
Get into me.
So basically, I'll probably make a separate video to sort of just get, because I don't want 3 entrants and then just give it away to 3, and if they're shit, I want to get at least sort of like 10, 15 entrants, and then we can. Yep. What we're going to do is we're going to judge them live here on the podcast. So each week that we get some rolled in, we'll run it over a number of weeks just to give people time to figure out what they're going to do. And over the next few weeks on the podcast, we will be listening to the promos and we'll be watching them for those who are on YouTube. And don't forget, you can get the podcast on MediaFire. 160 downloads on the last podcast. That's ludicrous.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That makes us want to keep going, doesn't it?
Well,
That's really good.
Well, I couldn't believe it. I was fucking stunned, to be honest. But yes, you can always go and get the audio file, link it everywhere. This promo competition, the 3 prizes that are involved. Third prize is the Finn Balor limited edition figurine from the NXT edition that I pre-ordered. I really have nowhere to put it, and I don't particularly want it. So I'm going to give it away to one of you guys, one of the loyal subscribers and loyal listeners to the greatest podcast in the history of man, Because We Said So. That's a stretch. But that's happening. Finn Balor limited edition figurine. Yep. That's 3rd fucking prize. You got to be kidding. Then, second prize is a copy of WWE 2K17 on Xbox One. Now, take note of that. It's on Xbox One. So if you have a PS4 and your promo is one of the best 3, or, somewhere like that, you might be able to take one of the other prizes. We can figure something out. I'm sure, unless I'm a cunt, which I am. But we will figure something out. But if you don't have an Xbox One, or you already have the game or something, then one of the other prizes might be better suited. But the big one, first prize, is an Elgato Game Capture HD. It's not brand new. It's my old one. But if you are someone who is thinking about making a YouTube channel, this is the ultimate prize, because the Elgato Game Capture, as everybody knows who watches YouTube or has an interest in YouTube, captures the gameplay so you can record it to your computer, your laptop or whatever. I'm giving it away. It's an Elgato Game Capture HD. It's the very first edition. It's a bit of a brick, but it's in perfect working condition, records in 1080p, and I'll leave a link to it in the description so you can see exactly what it is. I think that's pretty good.
Beautiful. No, I think you've been more than generous, mate, and they better They even get dressed up, even.
I
reckon.
I tell you what, if you get dressed up as like the Macho Man or something like that, that's going to be massive in your favour. Massive in your favour. Yep. The more effort, even if your promo's shit, but if you're like standing on a fucking roof, actually I shouldn't tell people to get on the roof. If you're standing somewhere in public and you're cutting a promo in full garb, that will go a long, long way to getting you one of these prizes. But we want yes. emotion, don't we? We want to get scathed. We want to get, if it's funny, it's got to be really funny. We want some really creative and great promos from all of you.
It's got to get a pop.
Yes,
it's got to get a pop.
Yes,
we don't want it. We don't want it to die. We don't want it to die. We want my pop.
We do. And I reckon, I've just come up with this off the top of my head. I reckon we watch them live. Like I will send you the video after not watching it, and we will just watch it in real time and give our real time thoughts. And, maybe we'll give a little bit back to you if you give us a little bit of a clip. So that's the competition. I'm going to put it up on my website in full. I'm going to create a separate tab, and it'll give all of the details and where you can submit and all of that sort of thing. So have a look in the link in the description, and I'll knock that up at some point over the next couple of hours. That's the competition out of the way. I reckon it's pretty good. I'm looking forward to getting some of your submissions.
Great work. Yep.
Yes, I can't wait to see some of these promos. I reckon there's going to be some real... We've got some weird fucking cats in our little circle here at BWSS, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. But I digress. Let's move on. Let's have a talk about Raw and SmackDown this week. Not a ton of highlights again.
Yes. No, the as we were talking about before, the women are the only things keeping this afloat at the moment.
Yep.
And that's big for me to say, actually.
Well, it's exactly right, though. They are the only ones that are really giving it a fucking shake. So,
yep.
But we just watched the Goldberg and Brock promo, which was awesome, and the WWE got to be the best in the biz at doing those, don't they?
Yeah. Well, they've been doing like really good ones for years and years and years. Like their pay-per-view promos have been amazing over the years. And
all the time.
I wish they'd put that much effort into storylines and,
just writing
and things.
Writing a half-decent sort of story to latch onto wouldn't hurt sometimes. But, Goldberg and Brock, are you excited for it yet after watching that?
Yeah. It's just I guess it's historic seeing him back and all that, but I haven't got much faith in the match itself.
No.
To be honest.
Well, as you said before, you hope he opens
Williams escapades in the ring the other day.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
do you reckon there'll be any hard-way blood like Orton?
I hope so. I hope Lesnar beats the piss out of him, to be honest.
Honestly, I want to see him get ragdolled like he did with Cena. But, Goldberg, Brock, Lesnar promo. We saw Roman Reigns super punch Owens. He lands on Jericho, accidentally pins him, obviously teasing Owens and Jericho at some point. Yeah, that's going to be great. I reckon Jericho will end up being the face out of it because the list is more over than anyone in the entire company at the moment. But it looks as
long as they don't jump on it too quickly.
Yes.
It's just got to slowly happen. Not, this is great. This is gonna happen. This has got to happen. No,
I agree.
You just got to take it easy.
Yep.
Yep.
It looks as though Owens is taking on Reigns at Roadblock in a champion versus champion match. So maybe they are gonna sort of slow burn it. If it was me, I'd be keeping Roman well out of the world title picture. Just let him build that US title and, you know, take on a few, couple of, really, really good feuds with that US title and then, screw him out of it or turn him fucking heel. Please turn him heel, WWE. Really, is there any other way for this guy to be relevant?
Well, we've talked about it before. I think they already have done it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think, or are we giving them too much credit? I don't know.
Wow. I think
it's hard one.
Fucked it. I think they've fucked it. But there's always, they're a powerful company. There's always time. They can always turn it around, is what I'm trying to say. They have the magic in them. They've gotten people over gangbusters before.
Yeah.
So if you put the machine behind someone properly, because they put the machine behind Roman Reigns, but to a detriment for the poor guy, because I feel sorry for him, because I reckon he's awesome. I really do. I think he's really good, but he's just been put in such a bad light. But fuck, we could go on.
He's got everything.
Yeah,
he's got everything.
He really does.
His mic work isn't great, but other than that, he's got everything.
Yeah,
he's the total package. You can see why they've put the rocket under him, and
it hasn't worked.
They just had, but is it us as the fans that has done it though?
Yeah, of course.
We talked about last week with Austin, you just got behind him. Everyone got behind him because he was the face.
Yeah.
And nowadays, we've said they try and be the show. And
I guess you might be right.
Yeah,
I reckon you might be right.
We may have fucked it more than WWE have fucked it, to be honest.
Yeah, I can see that. I think, when we don't get what we want, everything's shit. If it's not what we want, it's shit, which shouldn't necessarily be your attitude. But we saw Sami Zayn beat Rusev. He's going to face Dolph Ziggler for the IC title at Survivor Series. If Zayn wins, the title comes to Raw. I reckon that will steal the show.
Yeah.
Two of the best.
It's good to see Zayn win for once.
Yeah. But again, it's Rusev, if anybody watches my Universe mode, which everybody who listens to this does, Rusev's a monster on mine. I just think that's the way he should be. If you can't book this dude as a comedy character, or if you want him to get over as the biggest heel in the company, book him in that light. But whatever, it is what it is. They do what they do, and they still.
Do you think they took him away out of the away from the reigns, that title reign he had going, so they can push him towards the world title?
I hope so.
Do you think that's why they took him out of that scene?
Yeah. Without question. Yeah. I don't know. I just think Rusev could be so much more, and they've dropped the ball with a lot of blokes, but him in particular. When he was facing Cena, when he was the reigning defending US title holder, he came out on a fucking tank, and then Cena just pinned him clean as a sheet in front of 80,000. You're just like, fuck me. There was your chance. He beat Cena at WrestleMania. He's off to the races. But anyway, we could fucking nitpick over this shit for ages. But, Raw, pretty flat. Again, I feel like a broken record. I feel like we say that every week. Raw, flat. Again. SmackDown Live, slightly better. Shane McMahon joins Team SmackDown for Survivor Series. What's your thoughts on that?
Fucking shit.
Yeah. I agree, man. I agree.
It feels like we're too negative on this, but fucking come on.
Yeah. Are we being serious?
Fair enough. Wheel him out at WrestleMania. They were fucked with injuries.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair enough. But why now? Fuck me.
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's a Band-Aid. I know Baron Corbin's injured. That's the reason he's not there. And that's the reason he walked out. Baron Corbin actually can't physically go. He's injured. But fucking hell, as I said to you before, my idea was to why not promote someone from NXT and run with someone from NXT saying, look, there's a spot open and we want to give someone a shot. We think this guy's got what it takes. Let's put him in. And then you can get him to pin a couple of major names, at Survivor Series. He doesn't have to win the whole lot for him, but pin a couple of names at Survivor Series.
What are we, 2 weeks away?
Something like that. I don't fucking even know anymore. There's a pay-per-view every day, it seems.
Why don't they make it a mystery a mystery person.
Fucking roll out the dead man. He's going to rock up, I think, next week on SmackDown or something like that. Roll out the fucking dead man. He can be in a 5-man tag.
Yeah.
He can sit on the apron and fucking, roll his eyes in the back of his head. He can't. Surely.
Have a bit of a run and not like go do the little clothesline run and
do a snake eyes fucking clothesline run. If you can get up for an old school, do that. If you can't, you're the Undertaker. Who gives a fuck? People don't care. You're there. But again, I'd rather see it go to someone young. But anyway, Shane McMahon's on fucking Team SmackDown Live. I don't know why you'd be excited about a 45-year-old bloke with a couple of kids fucking jumping in the ring with you when you've got Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens and that on the opposite team. Everyone's cheering like he's the saviour. He gets fucking smashed. Kurt Angle tried to put him through a plate glass window 8 times and he's just laid there. Do you really want this bloke on your team? He gets his ass whipped every time he goes out there.
They love it because he does stupid shit.
Yes. and he's going to do something really silly at Survivor Series. You know he's going to do something really fucking silly. You've got a note here. How over is Daniel Bryan in capital letters?
Yes. That's incredible, isn't it?
Everything he says.
He asked Shane McMahon a question and it went fucking bananas.
Yeah. They love Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's just... when I was watching it, I was just like, he is so over.
Oh, and forever so.
It's just ridiculous.
He will never not be over, this bloke. He will never not be over. So, Daniel Bryan's incredibly over. That's not newsworthy.
I guess it just builds to the tragedy of it all, doesn't it? Like, he'd be so massive right now if he could wrestle.
He'd be at the absolute fucking peak of his powers. Speaking of the peak of his powers, though, James Ellsworth is the team mascot for SmackDown Live. Are you over him? I'm over him.
We're in agreement here, aren't we?
Yeah.
He's got to go, I think.
I'm over him. I'm sorry.
It was fun.
For the James Ellsworth fans, but I'm over him. I think he's done his dash. There's a reason the cunt has been dwelling on the indies for years. He's not that good. Yeah.
When he started strumming up the band on Wyatt, I was like, surely not.
Don't you dare. Yeah.
Surely not.
Don't you fucking dare.
It's the sort of fucking thing they would do too.
Yeah.
And then they didn't, and I was like, wow, isn't that? And someone backstage on the monitors are like, well, we got that right.
Yeah. Fine. If he tunes up the band and hits him on the button, I think that's a joke, isn't it? Like, that would be one of the worst things that I've ever seen. But Ellsworth...
taking the piss.
Yeah. I'm sorry, James. I love the guy. I think he's fantastic. But I think now you can go and live on the indies and live off your little shirt and, every man with 2 hands has a fighting chance. I think it's done. But he's going to be at the fucking Survivor Series. Like, how long do you run with this guy? Seriously. Jesus.
Surely after the pay-per-view, that's gone.
It's got to be, doesn't it?
Surely.
But do you know what I want to see now? I want to see someone absolutely murder this motherfucker on the way out. Like, get some real heat off him and take all of that babyface steam that he has and just bloody this motherfucker up in the crowd somewhere and just beat the shit out of him and then send him on his way. Have it be Wyatt or someone like that. Just destroy this cunt. Just... I'm talking scorched fucking earth. Destroy this bloke. Like, salt the earth so nothing grows back where he lays, the cunt. And just end him.
He's more over than half or three-quarters of the fucking
and that's
roster.
The fucking problem, isn't it? Is he is more over than most of them. So he gets more cheers than Roman Reigns. So, I don't know. Maybe let us know what you think in the comments. Maybe we're off.
Yeah.
But
I'll be interested to know what everyone thinks on. But I think they're taking the piss. So.
All right, we're going to get to your characters now, because we talked a little bit about our created characters, Sexay and Daddy Mac last week. We had a couple of pearlers. The J-Man, who has a YouTube channel here on YouTube, you should go and check him out. I'll link him in the description. He said he made a created character called the J-Man, very fucking original, of course. A failure of a YouTuber after an invasion of the machines who came to the WWE to start something new. But he spells it as in, like, if you knew something. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on your spelling, Jay. I do love him. He grew up on the mountain of Mount Kilimanjaro, so he is Tanzanian. His finisher was the 731, which was his former YouTube name. He had a weird obsession with custard creams. I don't know what the fuck you were drinking. Maybe you were on some of my gravy from a couple of weeks ago when you were when you were writing that. But that's all over the joint. But I love that. What would you give that out of 10? Wonderful. What would you give that out of 10? Oh, I wouldn't give it much.
He's with Ellsworth, I think. J-Man.
It's got to go.
He's battling around out the Indies there somewhere.
And then one that really made me laugh. I don't know if it was meant to be funny, and I apologise, Tyson, if it wasn't meant to be funny, but it really made me laugh for some reason. Tyson Smith, he said, "My worst character I've created, an Australian hippie known as Jonathan Stone. When the bell rang, he was psychotic. His finishes were the 450 splash, what I called the rolling 420, which is, like a reference to weed, and a sweet chin super kick, which I called the too much, bro." I don't know why that made me laugh so much. It's really good. Too much, bro. So, it's got me again. So my character was a pot-induced superstar with a twisted backstory, which, if I remember, was he smoked pot to stop nightmares of his horrible father. And you come up with this in your bedroom, you fucking got to have a bit of a look at it. Once the bell rang, he was fucking crazy. That one really tickled me. I really enjoyed that one. I like the rolling 420.
That is
the
a good
rolling
one.
420 is very clever for a weed smoking hippie. But yes, a couple of absolute pearlers of the created characters. If you got any more, leave them in the comments below. But they were a couple of the real.
He's in the Indies, isn't he? He's still in the Indies. Yeah, Stoney. He's out in the Indies. Yeah,
Stoney would be wrestling for WCW Australia with fucking Roger Merritt watching him. Nobody will get that obscure reference, and I apologise for that. But we talked about our created characters last week, and you came up with the idea to have a little bit of a chat about our memories of Promotion Wars, which is sort of, if nobody's familiar with it, I'm sure you would be. Promotion Wars is the simulation. What would you call it? Like a text simulator wrestling game?
Text-based simulator. Yeah. Who made it again? Ryland's the other one, isn't he?
Adam Ryland. Ryland. Adam Ryland made them both.
Ryland.
Yeah.
Oh, did he make them both? Did he?
I think so.
Yeah.
He was a genius. It was fucking brilliant.
They're worth a look. If you're interested in that booking side of things, they're worth a look. We spent hours on that Promotion Wars.
We would start a new one every few months too. Once we clocked it, and just start a new one and try and make it a little bit harder and whatever. But I want to talk about your federation. What was the name of your federation?
Mine was, what was it? EWC, Elite Wrestling Corporation.
Yes.
Yep.
And you drew, what was your record draw? About 1 million people?
I got 1 million people to a show, yeah. The main event was Chavo Guerrero versus Triple H. Chavo was incredibly over in my company.
Yes.
Because he was there from the start, and he was like the first real name I'd signed.
Yeah.
It's cool because you can build it from a backyard company to worldwide.
Yes.
And you have to go through all the different stages.
The first person you would always sign once you got big enough would be like Chris Jericho or something like that. And you'd bring in Y2J for a couple of hits. The best part was you could sign people on like one-night deals. So you could actually book like freelancers and bring them in. And it would actually affect the crowd like the crowd attendance, because you've got like, you know, the Juice, Juventud Guerrero come in. I'd always bring in the Juice for a couple of shots, Jerry Lynn, you know, to come in and put blokes over and that sort of thing. Great game.
So you made one that was just pure cruiserweight, didn't you?
Yes.
That was your
one
so
you made.
I
had guys like Jerry Lynn on top and those kind of things. I thought it was great. We fucking flogged that game when we were younger. Absolutely flogged that game. It was the best. One of the best games.
See, I actually went in and bought out WWE's whole roster. So they were fucked.
Can you imagine, though, like we used to talk about it, because you had like 80 people on the roster or like 90 superstars on the roster, and you had Chavo on top. It was that, like, you had names like fucking The Rock out the back, and you've got Chavo main eventing a fucking pay-per-view at Vatican City in front of like 1 million people in Rome somewhere.
Yes, that was rather extravagant.
It was the best.
The $1 million show.
It was
but
the best.
Anyway. We used to make logos and pay-per-view banners and everything.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
All the time. We used to make those logos, and like then we'd, like, if we did a dual one, sometimes we'd do a brand split and that sort of thing, and like one and book one show, and then you'd like your ratings, scores, and all that sort of thing. It was awesome. So good. Such a fucking great game. If you haven't checked it out, do it. I don't know if I could be able to find a link. I don't even know if they make it anymore, do they?
What's the other one? Extreme Warfare.
Extreme Warfare Revenge. I've got that somewhere. That's great as well. That's a bit more in depth.
Yeah.
But fucking awesome. That Promo Wars, Jesus, I would love to know just how many hours we spent on that fucking game. That was craziness. But yeah, I love going back on those memories, because as kids, I think we actually underestimate just how big a wrestling fans we were back then.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess like that probably stems back to your universe mode as well, back booking and creating storylines and feuds and
100%
and all that. So
100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Check it out if you haven't had a look at them.
Yeah, and if you have played it, give us some of your memories of Promotion Wars or Total Extreme Warfare. Give us some of that. I just love hearing about it.
It's pretty popular. I wouldn't be surprised if people out there have played it.
I know there's YouTube channels that have they try and make series out of it. It's a little bit tough to make a series out of that without any moving pictures and that. But if you're a fucking it's good. I loved it. I loved playing Promo Wars. Fucking, I might even try and get back into it. Won't.
Yep.
Anyway, I reckon we might do a short one tonight, and I reckon we'll head into some word association just straight away. Who went first last time? I think it was you.
You did.
Oh, so do you want me to? I'll read it out first for you then.
Yep, righto.
All right, are you ready?
It doesn't matter a fuck which way we do it.
It doesn't matter a fuck. It doesn't matter a fuck.
No. I'm not going to sit here and argue with at 1 a.m. in the morning about who goes first.
All right. First one. Molly Holly.
Stone Cold stunning her.
Yes. That was fucking brilliant. Stacey Keebler.
Legs.
She had legs from here to her fucking asshole. Number 3. Scotty Too Hottie.
The Worm.
Yes, brilliant. Number 4. Wheat.
I'm going to see a hell of a lot of it over the next 2 months.
Number 5. Barley.
Itchy shit.
Itchy shit. Yes.
And hopefully I can go there on a holiday at the end of it all.
Yeah. All right. I'm ready.
Yes. All right. Number 5. Bull Buchanan.
Incredible top rope splash.
Yes. Unmasked Kane.
Very underwhelming. Wasn't deformed at all. I was disappointed.
Yep. Hay Fever.
gets me real bad. And I blow up like Elephant Man.
The Boogeyman.
I'm coming to get ya.
Wasn't he a fucking fizzer?
Didn't he get over, though, at one point?
The build-up and...
Yeah, and then he got in the ring and he was the worst wrestler of all time.
Yeah, eating fucking worms.
Fuck that. Smashing that clock on his head. That's the biggest bump he ever took. Fucking smashing that clock on his head.
He was about 50, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was fucking shit.
When he debut. And WWF European title.
Oh. X-Pac.
Yes. Yeah. He had it for fucking about 8 years already.
Yeah, I swear to God, he held it for about fucking 900 years. Yes.
And then when he lost it, Regal had it for another 10 years already.
Yeah. Because he was the only European fucking going around in there at the fucking time, fucking William Regal. Yes.
Do you reckon they should bring it back?
Oh, I reckon they got too many fucking titles. If you maybe join the European and the Intercontinental and make the European, maybe. But, man, you've got the Cruiserweight, you've got the Intercontinental, you've got the US, you've got 2 world titles, you've got 2 women's titles, you've got 2 tag titles. Fuck that. You don't need any more titles. They're already watered down enough as it is. But, short and sharp today. Short and sharp. I like it. Not a ton going on, but I want to get some of your memories of promotion wars. If you've got any more created characters,
don't forget the promos.
Oh no, that's what I'm getting to. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. The big competition that we mentioned at the top of the show. Make sure, third prize, remember, Finn Balor limited edition figurine. Second prize, copy of WWE 2K17 on Xbox One. First prize, Elgato game capture H-fucking-D. We don't fuck around here at Murph's YT13. We give away the big shit. And it's no joke.
What you gonna do, brother?
Yeah. What you gonna do, brother? So, I've lost it here. I've absolutely fucking lost it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. Thank you so much for the support on the last episode. Let's see if we can top that this week.
Wait.
What?
Wait. Give yourself a hoe.
Give yourself a hoe. Ho!
Yep. Oh! Still not that. It's not going to work.
Never ever in the history of this podcast will anybody ever do that with us. I'll see you later.
Someone give me a hoe in the comments.
They won't. Nobody listens this far.
No. All right. Good night, guys.